And it was the window when a man who nearly lost his life on a football pitch in the summer returned to the Premier League. Welcome back, Christian Eriksen. It is great to have you back. Yeah, nothing much happens in January, does it?
And that is it. The window is closed, but...
We found the need to get Jules around that pause. That was well done. That was well delivered. That was well delivered.
All night, which is great.
I missed all that.
Okay, look, let's just have a little bit of reflection then on this window. Where would it rank for you in terms of windows? It's been a lively one, hasn't it, Chris?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think obviously Newcastle, with the money that was brought into the football club and they've spent it, yeah, people probably look for a bit more, but I think that's because of the finances that are available. But as Shay touched on, when it happened at Manchester City as well, it doesn't automatically mean that you're going to attract the top talent right away. The most important thing for Newcastle is staying in the league. I think they've brought in players that can do that for them. There's been other, fascinating transfers, but I think, as Jules touched on there, I think the big one for me would be Christian Eriksen, just being back on a football pitch. It's an unbelievable story from where he was, and just hope. Yeah, I mean, people will say you get back to the level he was at before. Even if he doesn't, just to see him run a football pitch again would be a terrific story.
It's funny you touched on that one, because I was interested to see what Fabrice Muamba thought of the situation. Actually, he's dead against it. He said, look, just don't do it. You've got a family, you've got a wife, just don't do it. Don't go back on that football pitch. It's a difficult one for us all to look at. We've never been through that sort of experience.
Yeah,
but what would you say?
Yeah, but I think, obviously Fabrice Muamba's experienced the other side of it. Christian Eriksen, the same, but for me, he's not going to go against the medical experts. If they've told us an opportunity to go on that football pitch and perform, I'm sure he'll know exactly what he's doing. And you're not going to take a risk with your own life, let's be realistic. As I said, I just hope that he can get himself back on the football pitch.
Yeah.
As I said, it's a great opportunity for himself at a fantastic football club in Brentford as well, who have done really well coming up. So you're just hoping. I said, yes, everybody, the fairy tale would be to see him at the World Cup with Denmark, but I think that's a long, long way away. But as I said, the most important thing is for him just to get back on a football pitch, and I hope he's safe in doing that.
Yeah, that's for me, there's been a lot of good transfers. That's the best one. For when we saw those teams and stuff like that, him to even be back on the football pitch is good. And listen, he would have spoke to all the medics, and if it wasn't safe for him to play football again, I don't think he would have risked his life. It's just brilliant news, to be fair. When I heard it this morning break, and obviously there's been a lot of rumours, but him signing, being back on the football pitch at Brentford, a brilliant community club and a brilliant signing, I think he'll help them. Because you've got to realise, he's a fantastic footballer as well. I've always grown up watching Christian Eriksen, being a Tottenham fan, watching him at Tottenham, fantastic. His set pieces are brilliant. Fantastic footballer, and I'm just so happy he's back on the football pitch. You always hear stories, and this is a brilliant story, and I think it's a brilliant sign. I'm so happy that he's back playing football again.
Yeah, I mean, football's such a passionate sport, isn't it, Shay? We all have our allegiance, and we hate the opposition week to week. But this is one story that seems to have united every fan, whoever you support.
Yeah, I think we all watched the TV in the Euros when it happened, and we were nearly praying around the TV. I was at my sister's actually back in Ireland at the time. It was like we were all in shock, and the hairs in the back of the neck even talking about, sort of stand up thinking, this guy could lose his life, his family are there, and imagine his family back at home watching the TV. So it's a real fairy tale story. You can really make a movie out of it, because he's going to make a full comeback coming to the Premier League again. And I'm sure, as you say, Clinton, they've done the medical checks. He won't be playing football for Brentford if he's not secured with his heart, and I'm sure that's all been checked. And it's, he's a fantastic player as well. They're getting a great player in their hands. Thomas Frank is he's a great manager, I think. Excuse me, worked with Eriksen in the under-17s in Denmark, so there's a bit of a story there as well. He's reuniting with him as a manager, so that's a great story.
Yeah, it's magical, isn't it? And I think Brentford, in terms of a club, to put their arms around it, like you say, they are a real community. They love the round that they do at the end of every match. They go and applaud the whole of the fans. He's going to get the welcome.
Oh, massive! Yeah, massive. I mean, it's fantastic that, as you said, boy, the Brentford this season have been a breath of fresh air. I mean, I was at Derby for a few years, and every season we played them. They were a brilliant team, really difficult to play against, and that's down to the manager. I think he's a fantastic manager, and so Eriksen will fit in really nicely there to that squad.
I just wanted to talk, because obviously during this window we've also seen a change of managers, haven't we, as well? Roy Hodgson, you know, has come in at Watford, so that's a big step back for him, the 74-year-old, young, Roy Hodgson. So what did you make of that, coming back from Watford?
So I was on here with Roy, literally a month ago, we were on there doing the transfer, and I said to Roy, I was sitting next to him, I said, you get the hunger to go back, or is that it, it's finished? He's like, maybe one more chance. So I'm thinking, did you know then, Roy, something was going to happen? But you know, Roy Hodgson, I said it when I was on there, he done a fantastic job at Crystal Palace. Patrick Vieira is reaping the rewards now for what Roy Hodgson done. He set the foundation. They were hard to beat, and they didn't get too many goals, and they played on the counter-attack. I think he'll go into Watford and do ever so well for them. Watford can see too many goals. We know Watford can score goals, and they've got a lot of pace on the counter-attack, but defensively they have not been good enough, and I think he'll go in there and shore it up, and he's still got it. He will still be on a training pitch in his football boots at his age. He loves it. With him and Ray Lewis, I think Watford have got a chance with Roy Hodgson because he demands a lot, and he'll go there, and he's a brilliant manager.